Again, just a sumptuous dream in color in the stars. Then magically we're going to end up in Andy's bedroom. Not telling you how. Coolest thing in the show, gotta come see the show. So we will end up in Andy's bedroom. We will run into Buzz and Woody actually on the bed. It's a very cool transition. And basically this is the whole scene where Woody basically says, "You're a toy is a toy, you can't fly." Well, Buzz will fly. Buzz will become a giant ribbon of water and laser interaction. That's going to be this really kind of cool scene. There's an interesting part in that movie where when Buzz falls, Buzz closes his eyes. So I call it the 7 years in Lion King. So while his eyes are closed, we're going to do a whole kind of wonderful play on that with the water. So Buzz is now done in water and lasers, and at the very end you hear him say, "To infinity and beyond," and the fountains are spiraling at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Maybe not that fast, but very close to 1,000,000 miles an hour. And then we're going to launch all the fountains up into the sky as we go to infinity and beyond. And at the very end, of course, the little green man appear and go, "Ooh." See, you laughed. It's good. Makes me feel good. So we're actually going to fly here when we get up into the stars. We go to infinity and beyond, and that takes us into the clouds. And the clouds takes us here. Music. Well, there was music on that clip. Too bad. No music. Oh well. There's a beautiful rendition of Whole New World that used to be on that clip I was going to play you. So just imagine it as I talk about it. So you're going to see Aladdin and Jasmine actually float out of the clouds, and as they do, this whole water ballet happens beneath them. And that's what's wonderful about the show, is it's very difficult to illustrate all the fountain moves. It doesn't work on paper that well. That's why we do a lot of it in CGI to figure it out. So again, as they fly, all the water interacts, and it kind of becomes that ballet beneath their world. At the very end of it, you're going to see this beautiful moon appear, and they're going to fly off into that beautiful moon as we take the sequence and kind of button it. And everyone will go, "Oh, that's beautiful." Then we go, "Here, yay, concert for years." All the adults are like, "Yeah, let's go." So out of it, you're going to see this fantastic moon, and the moon starts to get eclipsed. As the eclipse comes across, you're going to see Dr. Vasilier from Princess and the Frog. Brand new villain, fantastic characters. He takes his fortune cards and he throws them into the lagoon. All the fountains fly up and predict your future, which just happens to be Hellfire, Night on Bald Mountain, and a few other places that we're going to go. This whole sequence is going to feature live fire. We've saved fire at this point in the show. There's more fire here than any other show that we've ever done in Disney history, I think. And it's just going to be very kind of over the top and cool, but not too scary. We will feature Chernobog. We are not showing that. That's going to be another cool effect to the show that's coming. And out of the end of this, we get into this moment with the whole Chernobog sequence, and the fire has gone crazy. I mean, we have 65-foot flame walls that are moving and fireballs charging around the lagoon. And out of it, everything just stops. And the mist that has grown goes from red and it cycles into this mysterious green. And out of it comes Scar. And you just see Scar moving, and Scar starts to back up into the mist and he disappears. And then he basically says, "Mufasa, the herd's on the rise." And we end the sequence here, in the little stampede. Ooh. Boy, you guys are, what is it, 3 in the afternoon? Well, I guess it is. So we're actually going to do the stampede in an elaborate display of water. I'm going to show you part of the sequence that has just gotten back from Paris. It's very stylized. You'll see it all kind of come to life. You're going to see temp footage built into this. So again, it's just kind of the rough comp, but you'll get an idea of where we're headed. The top band in this video represents the back screen, and the lower video represents the front screen. I won't promise you this is the end version, but it might be. I'm kidding. I always wanted to present the show like that and go at the end, and they would go, "Thanks for coming to World of Color." But we won't do that. So this, as you can see, this does have a very dramatic beat in the show. Because what's amazing is when you see those stylized wildebeest, you have to imagine 30-foot walls of water that are carrying them across the lagoon to you. So if you're in the front row, it's higher than the ceiling. You're just going to see these walls of water just coming at you. Because we want to put you in the middle of the stampede so you can feel what it feels like to kind of be in this kind of intense, intense world. At the end of this, we completely go to black. And out of that comes a very, very sad moment. It's actually a beautiful moment. We've actually crafted this in a way I think will just be wonderful. We call it Tears to Fears. It was the original concept in the show where we actually see Mufasa and we see little Simba. And behind them come the beautiful waves of the Aurora Borealis. And we took that and we kept expanding on it, and we took it into this whole idea of family. And what happens is out of this, we see that out of any dramatic moment in our lives, the world around us is always there to help. So you're going to see Bambi and the mother, you're going to see Dumbo and the mother, and a whole myriad of just wonderful, wonderful things kind of brought together. And if you're not crying, I cry every time we go through this. The music is amazing. It's absolutely amazing here, and my producer Sayer here will contest to it. It's tear-dropping, and that's what we want. We want everybody to feel what Disney kind of brings, and from this we end it with what we call the transformation. You're actually going to see Belle. She's over the beast. She says, "I love you," and a kind of a whole spin around. The beast starts to rise and transform. As he does, the whole world around us starts to transform. We see Sleeping Beauty get kissed and awaken, and Snow White gets kissed and awaken. And all those wonderful transformations all comes at once, and we explode out of it into what we call the million points of light. And out of the million points of light, we go into the finale.